Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wisdom 101 video. Now if you don't know and you're confused about what's happening, yesterday Kaiser released a Lemuria teaser at RazorCon, which is really PogChamp. This is our first major look into Lemuria. So I'm going to watch it, I'm going to react to it, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on Lemuria, all the stuff that's happening so far. And yeah, I can't say much more than that. Let's get into it. Music, I like the music. Discover Lemuria. Oh. Ooh. Okay, okay. I like it, I like it. Okay. Oh, this is giving me... I like the different areas so far. Oh. Oh, oh. My man is Thor.
Welcome, wizard, to Sky City. It is a beacon of order.
Cool looking sword.
That did not go as I expected.
All right. Okay. So, let's go for this step by step. First, we see the spiral door, and then we see Discover Lemuria. This guy appears. Funny guy. He's like, Lemuria, be ready for adventure. I like this guy so far. He's part of some Spiral Explorer type thing you can see. He's pretty cool. I like him. Next, we go to what looks to be almost a floating land type area. So that's probably the vibe we're going to get from some of this. This is like the shoreline of Lemuria, whatever. And there's bears here, which is really interesting. And they're all standing around this obelisk, which has Cthulhu on it, which is really interesting. Pretty cool. I do like the aesthetic of this area. Next, we have a bunch of lemurs launching someone into a volcano, which I like. I like to, you love to see that. I do like to see people getting launched into volcanoes. That is one of my favorite pastimes. A world of adventure, and then you can see here, I actually really like this area of the world. I like both of those areas. First, this gave me almost Azteca in regards to looks vibes, and I actually really like this. I like this aesthetic. The jungle wilderness type vibe. But then you go to this area, and this area reminds me a lot of it reminds me kind of a Cool Ranch and Mirage, and I loved both of those worlds. I think this is really cool looking. And then we get to see a dinosaur. And what's cooler than a dinosaur? So obviously there's something up with Lemuria. It's not just lemurs, this lost land. There's also dinosaurs here, which are kind of cool. You have some jaguars in the jungle, and then this was my favorite part of the trailer, by the way. You go here, a world of terror, and then it goes to this spooky type area with this evil laugh through a graveyard and to this tomb. What I really liked here is that it gave me I don't think anyone, and no one else probably got this. This was probably just me, but it gave me the graveyard that Old Scratch was at vibes, and I really missed that. But I've always loved graveyard things. You can see here, this is pretty cool. We got some dead trees, and then okay, is this the old one, or are these different Cthulhu people? Is my question. But this man comes from the sky and is like, "Blah," and then he becomes Thor. Kind of sick, and then it goes into a world of what? Oh, what could it be? And then there's this futuristic vibe. So what I'm getting is that this world is going to be very mixed. It's not going to be just one type of aesthetic like most other worlds. There's going to be different things, different vibes, and we're going to see some stuff. So far, what we've seen is that there's been 4 distinct areas, I believe. There's the first area, which is the beach area. Reminds me of the floating land. We had the underwater jungle, or not underwater. We had the jungle type area with the water that gave me Azteca vibes. We had the desert type area, which gave me Mirage type vibes and Cool Ranch type vibes. And then we have the dark area, which, you know, is just kind of like a spooky forest. And now we have this, which this is a bit crazy. This is You can see the style of houses is like 1950s type American vibes, or at least these ones in the back are. You can see my mouse. These ones are like ultra modernistic vibes, like people who spend $1 million. Then we see the old one. I don't know if these are all the old one or not. Pull a goddamn sword out of the ground, and it's a cool looking sword, mind you. So that's probably gonna come into play. That guy, I missed that the first time. Snatches up a chess piece. So that could be cool imagery. Obviously chess. I believe. Okay, let's look at what piece he picked up, since it's probably important. Put that at 25 playback. Okay. That's the king, right? Snatches up the king. That could symbolize something, just giving you some food for thought. Snatches up the king. That's interesting. You go through some lemurs. It looks like lemurs have a weird real high society and then a non high society. This guy opens this book. It has death symbols, it has some reverse symbols, and what looks to be almost hourglass symbols. I don't know exactly what they are, but I don't know if you can see that, but right on my mouse here, you can see right here, Dragonspyre. He's reading a book about Dragonspyre. So that's interesting. I don't know why he's reading a book about Dragonspyre, but he is. Then it goes to the dancing lemur. Okay. And then we go to another Cthulhu type man swinging on vines like Tarzan, which is pretty sick. Then we actually got this area. We've had this area leaked before by the Apoplex. We have the old electronics. Then we have the symbol here, which is interesting. It reminds me of the Hydra symbol from Captain America in the Avengers movie. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it does. With these weird floating eyeball things, and then a giant freeze ray type thing. And it's new content coming soon. So that's my breakdown of the trailer. Now, what do I think about this? I think we're going to get a really interesting world. We're going to get a completely different dynamic from what we've seen so far. It's not going to be a uniform, one type of aesthetic world. It is going to have many different things. Similar to almost Imperia, but hopefully a little bit more interesting than Imperia. I don't hate Imperia, by the way. I would like to say that. I just think that it would be nice if it was a bit more interesting. What are my thoughts on Lemuria? First off, we're probably going to get it mid to late November. Test Realm is probably going to come out in the next 2 weeks, if I had to guess. And so that's pretty cool. We're going to be able to get to 150, which is also going to be pretty cool. I imagine, and don't quote me on this, but I imagine we're going to get some new gear. Because so far, we had at 130 the Dragoon gear. At 140 we had the Caramel gear, which was about equal to the Dragoon gear. The only reason why it's worse than the Dragoon gear is because of the set bonus that isn't there on the Caramel gear. And then I imagine at 150 we're gonna get some new gear. We're gonna get at least one piece of gear, whether that's an athame that's really good or a robe that's really good. We're gonna get something new. I imagine that King's Isle at some point in the near future wants to make a new athame or a new robe to replace the ones we currently have, because we're still using Malistaire and Morganth for them, despite the fact that those are both level 100 items. So that's really what I have to go from this. I'm really excited for this, actually. I think this is going to be a really interesting world, and I can't wait, honestly. I like the different aesthetics. I'm really interested to see how this comes to play, because this creepy old dude is reading a book on Dragonspyre. This guy takes a king chess piece, which has a lot of symbolism to it. He's also wearing like some interesting gilded robes, which is cool. And right before this, we see another guy pull a big sparkly sword out of the ground. So overall, I would say we're in for some exciting times. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that, is there anything I missed in this trailer that you found interesting? Maybe some symbolism or something cool like that? I'm not a film student, so I don't exactly know all the symbolism. So that's it for today. Make sure to drop a like, hit the sub button, go support me financially on Patreon if you wish, and also join my Discord server. But that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.